Hey y'all, we are going to talk about this Mars in Leo transit. We are going to, well, when I say we, me and my ancestors and my messengers of light. We're here to talk about this Mars in Leo transit. We are here to give you advice, tips, any type of tool that we can help you attain during this Mars and Leo transit. This is the entire springtime, you guys. I know I just gave you guys a spring equinox reading, but this is specifically for Mars in Leo and how you can utilize this transit to your benefit. Okay. Truly. Okay. So this is not about go, go, go. This is about taking the Mars energy of like that aggressive, proactive, like really fiery movement, that trailblazing movement, and kind of, you know, connecting it with um the energy of Leo, because that's where Mars is in Leo right now. It's the big-hearted, generous energy, right? So this reading is going to be for Cancer, Sun, Moon, and Risings. Check your moon or your rising signs for deeper resonance. A Cancer, whatever, like I've been telling everybody in the beginning of these readings, whatever, like whoever or whatever person, place, or thing that you hold near and dear to your heart, that you have a special place in your heart for, how can you grow in success with those things? Right? How can you switch up your communication, or how can you improve communication with those that you love, even if it's people that you haven't talked to in a while? If they hold a special place in your heart, how can you create a more successful connection with them, right? During this springtime, during this Mars and Leo transit. And Mars will be in Leo until, I believe, June 17th. Um, if there is a project that you really want to work on, and you want people to see this project, and you want it, some of you guys may want a project to be seen, and to be, you want the information to be spread about it. You may want to make money from it. There may be some entrepreneurial aspects, that you are trying to focus on. For some of you, it could be a job that you want, or a position that you want within a job. Whatever it is, it could be, maybe it's a relationship with a loved one or a significant other, relationships with your pets, even, where you just kind of, maybe it's a relationship with your schedule, even. Okay. When Mars was in Cancer, it was tough, y'all. That's a really tough transit. But during this springtime, during this Mars and Leo transit, you guys, things are going to be a lot, they're going to be more clear. Okay. I wouldn't say they're going to be easier, but some of us could be really feeling this transit and feeling like, okay, I'm going to get up early. I'm going to go to bed. I'm going to go to bed earlier, or I'm going to put, as much of my energy as I can into this project, or into this relationship, or improving myself within this relationship, what have you. And what kind of relationships are available to you during this transit that actually are working just as hard to improve you and to improve themselves within the relationship. So I'm here to just kind of give you those tools, or give you the information on how to utilize the tools you already have, or to even go out and get new tools if you need to during this transit. Okay. Let's go, you guys. Let's see. So this is for Cancer, Sun, Moon, and Rising signs. Again, check your moon or your rising signs, or your moon and or your rising signs for deeper resonance. But if you are a Leo, a Leo, a Cancer sun sign, and this resonates, amazing. It's amazing. I just want this to touch everyone and improve anyone who watches this message. Cancer, Sun, Moon, and Rising signs, ancestors of light, messengers of light, for this Mars in Leo transit this springtime. Okay, let's see what we got. Make space for silence. Ooh. Make space for silence. I don't know if you guys are saying this backwards. I'm sorry if you are. But yeah, make space for silence. With so many things demanding our attention all day, we can become used to having our minds filled at all times. Even when we're unwinding at home at the end of the day, we continue the pattern by consuming more distraction through music, TV, and games. While these things are not inherently bad, their presence means it's rare for our minds to have nothing to do. That can be very difficult, Cancer, especially with the world that we live in and all the amazing content that's out there in the world, right? It might be really good. Again, I always tell people this, Cancer, go outside, turn the music off, put your phone on do not disturb, and like grab a book, grab a snack, go have a picnic with, a loved one or with yourself. And me and my fiance actually did this yesterday where we just sat at a park and had a picnic and we were just listening to the birds chirp. We were looking at the trees and how beautiful the day was, right? And sometimes we forget that, the earth exists, that nature exists sometimes. But if it's hard, Cancer, for you guys to sit at home and be quiet, that can be kind of difficult. Maybe you just need to go out. Excuse me. You might need to just go out into nature and just go for a walk. If you have a pet, take your pets for a walk. If you have pets or you're around animals throughout the day, that is a really good opportunity for you to spend time in silence because animals, they don't really communicate the way humans do. They're not as loud, right? They're not as loud as we are. And it might be a good idea for you to spend time with animals. That's just a tip that's helped me, Cancer. I don't have strong Cancer in my chart really, but that is just a tip that I have. If you guys have a hard time with spending time in quiet, okay. Um, let's see. Yeah. Oh wow. Look at the bottom, y'all. Tune into stillness. Y'all saw me shuffle this deck, okay? So the ancestors are speaking, or my ancestors are, should I say. They're speaking to you guys for sure, and I really appreciate them for doing that. Please be still, Cancer. You have a rate mate. You guys may have some racing thoughts that are going 1,000 miles a minute. Go outside. That may not be what the card is saying, right? But I'm saying if you have a hard time sitting at home in silence, go outside, sit under a tree, go to a park, right? Doesn't matter what time of day it is, whenever you have time, go to a park, go to a national forest if it's nearby, go to a nature reserve, go walk, just go walk somewhere where nature exists in silence, right? Where there's not a bunch of music, because even if you go to a store, there's music playing, right? Or there's a TV there. We go to restaurants, sometimes there's TVs there and loud noises there. And sometimes silence can be very, very uncomfortable when you're so used to noise, right? Especially if it's noise up here. Go out into nature, y'all. That's all I got to say about that one. Go out into nature. It will help. Especially going to a national forest where it's just nothing but vast nature, just vast earth, right? Go to the beach, even if you guys are more of like a beach, you're kind of beachy people. Go to the beach, sit near the water, touch some sand, touch some water, but also spend time with your animals. Sit with your animals. You don't have to play music, just sit with your animals and talk to them, or just sit with them, play with them, enjoy quality time with your animals. Okay. If you guys have children, like little children, maybe just sit with them, have them sit in your lap, and you just, sit and spend time with them in silence. It doesn't have to be them being quiet. You can be talking to them and having a good time with them, just kind of like drowning out all of the distractions like TV and music and gaming or anything. Just kind of sit with your kids if you have kids. So those are just little tips that I think might work to your benefit, if that works for you. Okay. All right, Cancer, Sun, Moon, and Rising signs for this Mars and Leo transit. How can this be a tool for their success moving forward this year? Give your time to what matters most to you. Yeah. So again, if you have kids, if you know, like if it's a significant other, if it is like if you love art or you love reading, if you love building things, um, if you're really good at scheduling and planning things, you know, sit down with your planner for a while. Edit your planner, edit your tasks. Um, Again, sitting with your animals, give them your time. If you love hiking, if you love outdoor activities, do it this springtime more often throughout the week or throughout each month. Spend time in nature, spend time doing things that actually matter to you. Because, you know, when you're just sitting there scrolling through your phone or just sitting there listening to music or just sitting there with the TV on, you know, it kind of distracts you from what really matters in your life, Cancer. Okay. Please remember that. Please remember that. Bottom of the deck, we have make time for reflection. So, once again, that reflecting time, again, is quiet time. Some of you guys may have like ADD, ADHD, or maybe you have like a really active brain. It's really difficult. You need something to stimulate your brain. Once again, go outside. Go outside, y'all. Go outside. So important. I've worked with kids who have many different, like there's kids I've worked with who are fairly normal, I guess, you know. And I worked with kids who, you know, may have ADHD or have had ADHD, ADD, autism, things like that. And, you know, when they're outside and about, they're happy, you know, usually, you know. I've learned that throughout my experience in working with other people and especially working with animals and children. Being outdoors is such a healing activity. Okay. All right, Cancer, Sun, Moon, and Rising sign. Let's pull one more oracle message for you guys for this Mars and Leo transit. Cancer, Sun, Moon, and Rising signs for this Mars and Leo transit during this springtime. Mars has been in your sign, Cancer, for a while, and that may have been a very troublesome time, okay? When it comes to being proactive, when it comes to getting things done and starting something, right? It might have been a really tough time. Waxing crescent moon. We have the waxing crescent moon. Oop, hopefully you guys can see that. Sorry, that was off camera. Waxing crescent moon, and it says focus, conceptualization, strategy. So yeah, you need to spend time alone to understand how to create something, how to start something, whether it's a project or relationship, how to improve something. You do need to focus, Cancer. If you can go outside or just find a really comfortable spot that you feel comfortable being in silence, okay, where you feel comfortable just being quiet and focusing on this project, do so. Go there. Bottom of the deck, we have planetary return. So some of you guys, Mars could definitely be in Leo in your chart because Gemini had this one. So those of you, Cancer, who may have Leo, Mars in Leo, this will really affect you. And I feel like in a much positive way, depending on the decisions that you make. Others of you, this planetary return. Look at any place else. Like look at these planetary transits, Cancer, for those of you who are into your own astrology and looking at your chart and things. Pay attention to where certain planets are. And if that planetary transit or if that planet is in a certain constellation that matches a planet that's in the same constellation in your chart, definitely look into that and look into how it's affecting you. Okay. But some of you guys, you definitely have Mars in Leo. Okay. And this transit can definitely be taking, you know, taking some much needed movement in your lives. So look at all the planets, look at where they are in the cosmos currently or at any given time this springtime, and then go to your natal chart. And I recommend that you look at all the planets. And if any of those planets are in a, like, let's say that, like I said, Mars is in Leo. If there is a planet that is in a certain constellation or a certain zodiac sign and it matches your planetary transit, look into that for sure. Okay. Also, this can be your birthday, Cancer. This can be your birthday. By the time your birthday rolls around, you want to make sure that you have these tools ready to go. You want to make sure that you have taken this time out to be in silence. And this is, again, I'm giving you guys these messages because this is going to help you guys create success in your relationships, create success in the things that you love and care about. And if it's a business or an entrepreneurial endeavor, I'm giving you these messages because it will, I want to help you guys understand how to use these tools to your benefit throughout this entire springtime. So if you really utilize these tools to your benefit, Cancer, Sun, Moon, and Rising signs during this springtime, summertime is going to be a blast. It's going to be a fucking blast, okay? All right, let's go ahead and pull 3 tarot cards for you guys, Cancer, Sun, Moon, and Rising signs for this Mars and Leo transit. For Cancer, Sun, Moon, and Rising signs. High Priestess. Got the High Priestess, that's Pisces. Following your gut instincts, following your spirit. This is also silent energy as well. The High Priestess, she is not loud at all. She's quiet. And a lot of people may not understand what someone is going through or what someone's working on when they're silent. So this can also be information from the spirit realm letting you know, Cancer, that you really need to work in silence. You need to move in silence. You do not need to show your hand. You do not always have to promote everything that you're working on. Maybe just, get to the finish line of whatever it is you're doing throughout the day or throughout the week or throughout that month. If there is a project that you're trying to launch, wait until that project is ready to launch before you actually tell anybody about it. If you're trying to bring somebody along the process of what you're working on, that's fine. Maybe giving people a little bit of a sneak peek, that's fine. But don't bring them along the entire process if that's, I don't think that you need to do that. 8 of Wands, we have Sagittarius here. So some of you guys may have Sagittarius. We have Pisces, Sagittarius here for the springtime, working in your favor. And then we have Leo. Okay, that's Leo energy with the 10 of Wands. So kind of lightening a load here, lightening a burden. Okay. There's going to be a lot of information that is given to you, Cancer. You're going to, please open yourself up to tutorials or classes or advice that can be given to you to help you on, because wands represent action. They represent movement, confident action, confident movement from your spirit. This is from the inside. This is somebody who is ready for this information. They're ready to utilize it for their forward movement here. That's Sagittarius energy. So while you're working in silence, make sure that you're, whatever spiritual downloads you're getting, whatever information you are receiving to keep you motivated here, Cancer, use it, utilize it, write those notes down. Whatever advice that you get, write them down if you need to, keep them in your memory. And with this Leo energy, it's like you can carry so much on your shoulders, Cancer, you really can. But there just comes a point in time where you just kind of need to lighten the load and take a break. So just make sure that you are taking breaks, you guys. Make sure you are meditating. Make sure you're sitting with yourself, having some quality time with the people that you love. Again, if you're kind of sensitive to a lot of loud noises and you really just want to spend time in nature, you just really want to be by yourself, or you just really want to spend time with people that want to be in the quiet with you, right? Maybe you can have like a session. Like sometimes I do this with my friends where, or I used to, where we would have drawing sessions together where we would just be quiet and go out in public and draw, right? You can have sessions with people where it's a reading session or a workout session or yoga session, whatever it is. If you can be around, and even it doesn't even have to be friends, it can just be colleagues, it can be coworkers, it can just be random people where you're just in a yoga session or a meditation session, or maybe going to church, going to a temple. Some of you guys maybe need to go to church or go to a temple where you just sit there and you just pray, you sit there and talk to God, whatever it is that you need to do to just clear your mind in the springtime. Okay, do so. But just remember, yes, you have a lot that you're trying to carry, you have a lot that you're trying to accomplish, but please take breaks. Please take naps. Please go out and sit in the garden or sit in your on your patio and just watch the birds interact with each other. Listen to the birds chirp. Watch cars go by. Whatever. Bottom of the deck, we have the Page of Swords. So yes, you are ready. You're definitely ready, but this is also taking it one step at a time. This is making sure that you are thinking clearly. Don't just charge forward mentally. Don't just jump to conclusions. Take it day by day. Take it moment by moment. Let's go ahead and clarify these cards: Cancer, Sun, Moon, and Rising signs. Wow. Okay. So Cancer, every single, I've already read for 3 of you. So you're the third one. I've read for Taurus and Gemini, and now I'm reading for you. All 3 of you have gotten this card. It just either fell out or I picked it up out of the deck after shuffling completely. Aries, Mars is blessing you. Mars, he has, or they have, clarity to give you. Mars has clarity to give you. This is the Emperor, this is the King of Swords. So this is like Aquarius energy. This is Mars. So some of you guys may have, again, like I was saying with Gemini, some of you guys may have Mars in Aquarius. Okay. Others of you may have Mars in Pisces, Mars in Leo, or Mars in Sagittarius. Please check your Mars placements. Okay. But this is mental clarity. This is knowledge. This is mental growth. If you are distracted or easily distracted, or you're scrolling through your phone, or you're constantly just like, chilling, listening to music, watching TV, is that feeding your soul? Is that feeding your mind? Not just your soul, but your mind. Again, if you have ADHD, ADD, or if there's anything like neurodivergent happening in your mind, what foods can you eat? I'm not seeing necessarily like pentacles coming out, but what can you do to feed your mind? What sacrifices do you need to make on a day-to-day basis so that way your brain is getting the nutrients and getting the the necessity the necessities that it needs to thrive on a day-to-day basis, okay? I can't remember if I split the deck or not, so I'm going to split it. I don't think I did. The 3 of Cups wanted to kind of pop out. So definitely needing to go out, spend time with people who that you can talk to. Maybe you're spending too much time, um, again, with distractions. Okay. So if those of you who go out to party and things like that, maybe you need to kind of calm down with that. Maybe you're just spending time with people who are just making too much noise in your life. Yeah. Balance. We have this is Gemini energy of the Lovers, clarifying the High Priestess. The Hierophant, which is Taurus energy. So yes, you are receiving. So people who are masters of success, or masters of their art, masters of their craft, whatever it is, masters of mental health, professionals, even if it's like a priest or a priestess, somebody who's spiritually inclined, who can give you advice. This can be on, it could be on social media, it could be on YouTube, or it could be someone right like that you can go meet who can actually give you sound advice, you guys, from above. Take what they say to heart. Please take it as like, okay, this is something I need to follow. It's going to help you. Yes. Then we have the 2 of Cups. So for those of you, again, think this is clarifying the Leo card of the 10 of Wands. Okay. And we have this, like, we consider that there's Leo there with the lion with the wings, right? This can be considered Scorpio or Pisces, or this can be Cancer too with the 2 of Cups, just the water sign. When it comes to mental clarity and moving forward with clarity with Mars in Leo Cancer, please remember what is the most dearest thing to your heart. Also, who is embracing you in your life? Who is truly embracing you? And are you embracing them? Like, if there's someone trying to embrace you, Cancer, and show you that they love you, are you embracing them back? And if you are, great. This relationship is going to thrive. But some of you guys may have needed to take a break from, constantly pursuing something, a person, place, or thing. Like, there's something you've been pursuing. Take a break. Let the work that you've done simmer. Let it stew, because there is something here that, when it comes to relationships, when it comes to something that you love, especially if it's all relationships with a lover's card, it's not just romantic. Whatever it is that you love with the high priestess here, you need to make sure that you have mental clarity. You need to make sure you're following your gut. Bottom of the deck, there we go again. We have the Three of Cups. So when it comes to people that you love, people that you collaborate with, people that you work with, people that you drink with, eat with, what have you, if they are a distraction, pull yourself away. Okay, for a little bit. It may not be their fault. It may just be that you're just consuming too many distractions every single day or every single week, what have you. Get rid of the distractions, Cancer. And as you get rid of these distractions, you'll start to realize the relationships that actually count in your life, the projects that you really want to get off the ground. Okay, there is some type of passion that you have, or a love that you have for someone, or some type of project, or some type of financial endeavor, and it needs your attention, but it doesn't have your full attention for some of you, because you're still kind of distracted by something. Okay. All right, Cancer. Those are, I guess, the tips and the tools and the advice that I have for you for this Mars and Leo transit during this entire springtime. Much love and light to all of you. I wish you guys the very best of luck on this journey. Stay safe, stay healthy, and I hope to see you guys in your next reading. Bye, guys.